Dr. Zecharia Sitchen, a linguist, deciphered Sumerian documents one after another and had made a surprising conclusion. The ancient Sumerians had knowledge comparable to modern astronomy, and they also knew the existence of the 10th planet Nibiru. Sumerian civilization is a civilization that rose in the Middle Mesopotamia, present Iraq, in the middle and lower basin of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers around 4000 BC. Looking at the solar system of Sumer, there is a large planet between Mars and Jupiter. According to ancient Sumerian documents, this planet is Nibiru. Because it revolves to cross the solar system, it was given the name Nibiru, the intersecting star, in Sumerian. And this Nibiru is the 10th planet of the solar system. According to ancient Sumerian documents, there were only 3 celestial objects in the solar system originally: Apsu, Sun; Mummu, Mercury; and Tiamat. Although Tiamat does not exist in the present solar system, it was the largest planet in the primitive solar system. Tiamat had 11 satellites. Eventually 3 pairs of planets were born. Between Mummu and Tiamat, Lohemu, Venus, and Lamu, Mars, were born. And Kishar, Jupiter, and Anshar, Saturn, were born outside of Tiamat. Furthermore, Anu, Uranus, and Ea, Neptune, were born on the outside. And at that time, the gravitational force of Ea, Neptune, which was the outermost of the solar system, attracted the celestial object, Nibiru, which was wandering outside the universe. When Nibiru passed by Ea, Neptune, and Anu, Uranus, the action of these gravitational forces caused Nibiru to have 4 new satellites. Also, when Nibiru approached Anshar, Saturn, 3 additional satellites followed to Nibiru. In that way, Nibiru had a total of 7 satellites. And Nibiru approached Anshar, Saturn; Nibiru and Anshar, Saturn, lightly collided. By the collision, the wandering celestial object Nibiru was captured by the gravitational force of Apsu, Sun, and became a planet of the solar system. Moreover, due to the collision, Gaga, Pluto, which was the satellite of Anshar, Saturn, was flicked to the outer edge of the solar system and became the current Pluto. Nibiru was caught in the gravitational force of the Sun and further advanced towards the center of the solar system. And due to the action of Nibiru's gravitational force, a big crack ran on the surface of Tiamat. One of Nibiru's satellites crashed into the crack of Tiamat. Through the collision with Nibiru's satellite, Tiamat was crushed. After Nibiru crushed Tiamat, it went over Apsu, Sun, and jumped out toward the outer space. However, Nibiru is no longer a wandering celestial object, but as a member of the solar system, it has become a planet that keeps turning around the Sun for eternity. After Nibiru jumped out into the outer space, after a long time, it returned to the inside of the solar system while drawing a large elliptical orbit. And again, due to the action of Nibiru's gravitational force, Tiamat broke into 2. And with the satellite king of Tiamat, the broken upper half was bounced off in the orbit where the planet did not exist. Though the upper half of Tiamat and the satellite king were bounced off, they became the Earth and the Moon afterwards. In addition, the lower half of Tiamat was crushed into pieces and became the later asteroid belt. Thus, Pluto, formerly Saturn's satellite, joined the 8 planets of the solar system: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune that existed from the beginning. In addition, Nibiru and Earth joined them. And there were totally 10 planets in the solar system. A summary of the history of the solar system creation drawn in ancient Sumerian documents is as follows. There used to be no Earth in the solar system, but instead there was a large planet called Tiamat between Mars and Jupiter. At one time, a wandering celestial object Nibiru approached the solar system from the outer space. Nibiru was captured by Neptune's gravitational force and was drawn to the inside of the solar system. Nibiru collided with Saturn, and one of Saturn's satellites was blown off to the outer edge of the solar system by its impact, becoming Pluto. Nibiru was drawn by the powerful gravitation force of Jupiter and continued to invade towards the center of the solar system. And it collided with Tiamat. By the collision with Nibiru, the hemisphere of Tiamat was crushed and the remaining hemisphere was bounced off toward the center of the solar system. And it stopped between Venus and Mars. Thus, fragments of Tiamat crushed became an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and the remaining hemisphere stopped between Venus and Mars to become Earth. Also, Nibiru was captured by the gravitation force of the Sun and became a planet of the solar system. In that way, the present solar system was completed. According to ancient Sumerian documents, Tiamat was originally a planet covered all over the surface with water. When the hemisphere was gouged by the collision with Nibiru, all the water on the surface of the earth flowed into the gutted large hole. Thus, land and ocean were born. Regarding the background history, it is written in Genesis of Old Testament, which originated from Sumer's Genesis myth, as follows. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place. And let dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land. And the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Old Testament Genesis chapter 1, section 9 to section 10. By the way, in ancient Sumerian documents, Uranus, Anu, is said to be a blue-green planet filled with water. Modern astronomy knew about it when we saw the image of Uranus that the planet exploration vessel Voyager 2 sent in 1986. Also, in ancient Sumerian documents, Neptune, Ea, is said to be a blue-green planet with a lot of lakes and ponds. Modern astronomy knew about it when we saw the image of Neptune that Voyager 2 sent in 1989. Although the ancient Sumerians had knowledge comparable to modern astronomy and knew the existence of the 10th planet Nibiru, is it because the space aliens from planet Nibiru taught ancient Sumerians the knowledge of astronomy? It was probably that ancient Sumerians could build a higher cultural standard of Sumerian civilization because the space aliens from planet Nibiru was supporting them.